Hey, boys and girls, welcome to Sunday School and our Sunday School lesson. It's always so much fun to learn the stories in the Bible. I hope everybody got this book in the mail. We sent one to each family. If you didn't get one, I want you to call the church office. So, our Bible story today is from the 22nd chapter of Luke, verses 14 through 20. So, I'm going to read this to you. The month of March, we are learning about that week, the time going up, the days going up until the weeks before Jesus is crucified. So last week we learned about Jesus washing the disciples' feet. This week we're learning about the Last Supper, what we celebrate many times in worship and we call communion. So this is the 22nd chapter of Luke, verses 14 through 20. When the hour came, Jesus took his place at the table and the apostles with him. He said to them, I have eagerly desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer. For I tell you, I will not eat it until it is fulfilled in the kingdom of God. Then he took a cup, and after giving thanks, he said, Take this and divide it among yourselves. For I tell you that from now on I will not drink of the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of God comes. Then he took a loaf of bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it, and he gave it to them, saying, This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me. And he did the same with the cup after supper, saying, This cup that is poured out for you is the new covenant in my blood. But see, the one who betrays me is with me, and his hand is on the table. This is the Bible story about the Lord's Supper. Let's see what Abigail has to say about these wonderful Bible verses.
Hey everyone, I'm Abigail. In our Bible story for today, Jesus is at dinner with his friends for the Passover meal. Passover is an important Jewish holiday that happens every year. Sharing meals was also a normal community activity in Jesus' time. Jesus sat down at many tables with his friends, sharing their time and coming together over food. But this one was different. Jesus took bread and broke it. He said to them, This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me. Then he took the cup after the meal and said, This cup is the new promise, the new covenant. Drink it and remember me. The disciples didn't understand everything Jesus was saying, but they knew this was special, and they were glad to be together. This meal they shared is an important meal we remember. Sometimes people take communion at church. When they do this, they are celebrating and remembering the Passover meal and the words and teachings of Jesus. But there are also other ways to remember this special meal. We can do this by eating with friends or family and thanking God for our food and time together. Communion can happen in many different ways, but when we do it to remember this meal, when Jesus asked the disciples to keep coming together to remember him when he was no longer with them. Last year, my best friend moved away. Right before she left, we had a big pizza party to celebrate her. It was so fun. We played games and laughed with our friends until we had to go home. Now, I have a pizza party with my other neighbors once a month. Whenever we have it, I remember my friend who moved away and all the fun times we had together. I also remember what an awesome friend she is, so I try to be an awesome friend too. Jesus invites his friends to remember him and the things he taught them by gathering together and sharing a meal. When we take communion, we remember who Jesus is and what he did for us. We are asked to live like Jesus and remember our faith through his life. So the next time you are taking communion at church or sharing a meal with family and friends, take a moment to look around. Be grateful for the people with you and the time you have together. And remember Jesus. Now it's your turn to wonder.
And boys and girls, our wonder question this week is, how do you remember Jesus? How do you remember Jesus? And then right after this is our song for the month, our Celebrate Wonder song. It's a wonderful praise song, so enjoy the music and praising God. Thank you.
Your voice is everywhere, in pictures and songs that hang in the air, to show us the way you love. And we sing along, and you're teaching us why you washed our feet. The greatest must become the least. 'Cause there's power in these things we do them to remember you, how we called out and you came through for us. We remember your love. You blessed and broke the bread. You gave us a way to taste what you said, 'cause you poured out everything, and you never wanted us to forget the promises we heard, and how you give and keep your word. So there's power in these things we do them to remember you, how we called out and you came through for us. We remember your love. But even though we sometimes fall asleep, while we watch and while we wait, we'll be making preparations for the celebration day. So there's power in these things we do them to remember you, how we called out and you came through for us. We remember your